Microsoft's WSL, a decade-long odyssey to embrace open source. In a surprising turn of events, Microsoft has embraced the open source philosophy for its Windows Subsystem for Linux, WSL. At Canonical's Ubuntu Summit, Craig Lowen and Clint Rutkas, Microsoft's product managers, revealed the untold story of WSL's open source journey. But this wasn't an easy ride. The genesis of WSL, a bridge to Android. WSL's roots trace back to 2010 with Project Astoria, aka Windows Bridge for Android. This ambitious project aimed to run Android apps on Windows Phone, but it never saw the light of day. However, it laid the foundation for WSL's initial prototype, which translated Linux system calls into Windows NT kernel calls, paving the way for Bash and Ubuntu on Windows. WSL 1.0, the compatibility layer. The first iteration, WSL 1.0, was a compatibility layer that allowed users to run Linux distributions by translating Linux system calls into Windows NT calls using Pico processes. Dustin Kirkland, a former Canonical member, described it as a bit-for-bit translation, allowing Ubuntu ELF binaries to run directly in Windows. But there was a catch. And here's where it gets controversial. Users loved WSL 1.0, but it had a significant drawback: speed. Developers reported it was slow, prompting Microsoft to rethink its strategy. WSL 2.0, a new direction. Microsoft took a bold step with WSL 2.0, moving away from emulation to a lightweight managed virtual machine (VM) approach. This version runs the Microsoft Linux kernel, updated via Windows Update, and has gained immense popularity among developers. Millions embraced it for programming, system administration, and cloud engineering. The open source push, a community-centric approach. The real game changer was the internal push to open source WSL 2.0. Lowen emphasized the logic. Linux is open source, and Microsoft's Linux product should integrate with the community. But it wasn't easy. Initially, WSL was tightly coupled with the Windows kernel, preventing open sourcing. Over time, the team removed private calls and decoupled the system, allowing for open source freedom. Challenges and triumphs. A long road to success. Decoupling WSL from Windows was a lengthy process, involving years of refactoring and removing private APIs. Rutkas admitted that open sourcing is rewarding but demanding, requiring stakeholder buy-in. However, the success was immediate. Once open-sourced, WSL's GitHub repository skyrocketed in popularity, gaining 15,000 stars in a single day. This proved that open-source technologies can thrive within Microsoft. The future of open source at Microsoft. WSL's open-source journey has set a precedent for Microsoft. It has become a blueprint for other projects like Windows Terminal and PowerToys, showcasing the value of prioritizing open source. Microsoft's transformation is a testament to the power of community involvement, challenging the notion that all technologies must be proprietary. But this raises a question. How far will Microsoft go in embracing open source principles? Will it continue to surprise us with its open source initiatives? The journey continues, and the community eagerly awaits the next chapter.